change the name.
Okay.
I actually mean that. I don't like the name artificial anything. 'Cause
What
it's not
the
artificial.
is this
Genius.
man saying? Call
And
it
its
American
potential to
intelligence. You don't
transform
even need
every
to
type
change
of
it.
human endeavor
AI,
and
American
domain of human
intelligence.
knowledge.
And he said that he loved me. That's how I'm starting this card.
That's what Kurisu says. My goodness.
I
Was like,
know.
what is Jockey Becken talking about?
I'm
That's
Kurisu,
Makuse Kurisu from
and you're
the hit TV
Okabe.
series Steins Gate.
Yes.
And the hit follow-up movie. Hold on, Jockey Becken. What the fuck is the name
It's
of this
called
movie
Deja
again?
Vu something.
Oh, my Twitter's not even open. Region of Deja Steins Gate the movie.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. We're back.
That wasn't the full title, Jockey Becken.
Do you think Ari will get that one?
Which one?
Oh, well, yeah, of course you never hear them. Yeah, so movie. We are back ready to yap about
Steins Gate the movie, load Region of Deja Vu.
Ooh,
2013.
nice.
My goodness, 2 years after the anime.
Crazy. And Carl, have you seen this movie before? feel
I
like
had
you
not
haven't.
seen this movie
That's
before. I was about to ask
crazy.
you that exact same
I
question.
have. Because when
Oh, you're a no good so and so.
when a young Jockey Bacon was
No, I
feeling the
think-
void of the Steins Gate, no more Steins Gate, I had to find this one, and I did. And I was very
just
happy.
needed
That was
that
a
little bit
movie
more.
to help, weed me off
And it was
of it.
exactly, yeah, so it was exactly an hour and 30 minutes. My goodness, we hit a quota or something. Now, Jockey Bacon, I feel like last time I might have said, I think I maybe saw this movie in bits or something, but I didn't remember any of this movie while I was watching it. So
No.
So I'm just going to say I didn't watch it.
You've not seen the clip of a very specific scene that might be in the background of
The
this
shower or the drunk Marcus? Because I'd never seen drunk Marcus.
You've never seen
I
it?
feel like
That's
somebody's
crazy.
referenced the shower to me before.
Oh my word.
And I knew about the kiss thing at the end, but we're going to talk about that later because I swear that's in Steins Gate 0, but I don't really remember, and I could have just
don't
been...
remember either.
I have no idea. I feel like I remember...
I feel like I'm getting deja vu about...
Oh my goodness, what a funny incorporation of the thingy that we're thinking about. I feel like I remember a scene where Mayuri is at a train stop like that, but she's with her like Marcuse kid that's not actually Marcuse, that's like a psycho or something in Steins Gate 0. I don't remember this stupid ass plot from this shit ass show, but maybe that was a mirror to this and it was referencing this or something. Or maybe this literally is incorporated. Maybe this is from one of the like different routes in the visual novel and it was incorporated into this movie and then again into Steins Gate. I don't know, Jockey Bacon. We'll find out when we get to the Great Steins Gate 0, of course. Or will we? I don't know. Maybe we'll forget to remind ourselves to be excited.
Yeah, we'll see. Come back in a year when we've not done it.
No, we will be doing it hopefully before the end of the year. You know, Jockey Bacon probably has to go back places for the holidays, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But, you know, a boy can dream and hope and cry.
Oh, yeah. So Kyle, how do you feel about the movie?
Dreaming and hoping and crying. Oh, Jockey Bacon. Is it just that time? So you've seen it before, so I probably should go first. So I guess I will follow your lead here. So, you know, Jockey Bacon, I was actually excited to watch this movie a little bit. I was like, oh, it's in the dub. I acquired this movie like the day before yesterday. I started clicking through it and I saw like 2 like little shots and I was like, movie looks okay. And I like let it play for like 2 seconds when I clicked to a random part and it was in the dub and I was like, oh, even if it's just the characters hanging out, this will be a great movie. I'm just so excited. And then I watched it, you know, the beginning I thought was pretty cool. And then it got a little boring and silly, Jockey Bacon. So I don't know. I land somewhere at about a 7 out of 10 I gave it on my anime list. What about you?
Now, Kyle, if I told you on my anime list...
This is your favorite piece of
the score that I gave this
Jockey
movie was also 7 out of 10, way back in 2018, you would be correct. So...
No, that's crazy. But
yeah.
you've since changed everything about scoring. You've redefined scoring for a generation.
I think, this movie's like quintessential, like not needed movie, but nice movie. But they try too much plot. I was thinking this at the end. I was like, there should be less plot and more drama in characters. You know, like I feel like that you could have some interesting conflicts there, and then cause that's what we want to see. We don't want to see them having to solve the, the timeline or whatever. I want it to be like, You know, like maybe Makase is just like so like basically like traumatized about there's like overcoming this barrier of the fact that she doesn't know him, but he knows the stuff. I don't know. Just focus on them and kick everybody else to the curb, and that's what we're here for, I guess. And then everybody else can have fun times. But you know, I don't know. I feel like there could be an interesting character drama, but then I mean, I think the core premise of this movie is like, what happens if Okabe's in trouble now, and then they have to go save him? I'm just like,
Yeah.
I think that's like if someone told me that, I was like, that makes sense. I get that, but it does feel a bit like, I don't know. I mean, there are some decent scenes where like, if that was in the original, that would probably hit pretty hard. Like when Okabe finally opens up about like his trauma that he's gained from time traveling, which is not explicit, but you know it is cathartic. You know, so, but yeah. Basically, the first 20 minutes of the movie is amazing. Has a great scene that is ensnared on my mind. Being drunk, Kirisu. Great top 10 a Steins Gate moment for sure. And then yeah, plot
It's
happens.
interesting. Because as soon as the plot started happening, I was like, oh no, this is not going to be. Well, there's the cool scene where Suzuha. Well, they kind of ruin it because they make it very explicit that it's Suzuha, but somebody's like in Makise's hotel room and doing a voice changing
Yeah.
thing. I was like, well, this was kind of an interesting, cool little scene, but then it just kept going, and then it was like, I don't know, just everything about Okabe's now phasing out of reality, and it's like I don't care about any of this. This just like feels like think it really is it. Anime movies are interesting because a lot of the time they are like just like a filler episode, but like cool. Um, Especially watching all like the DBZ movies as a kid and the limited exposure I have to like Naruto movies and stuff like that. Um, or they're like recap movies. And both of these have like big stank on them where it's like, oh, they're advertising Attack on Titan the movie, but don't get excited because it's just a recap movie. Or there's like this cool Dragon Ball movie, like this could be cool, but no, it's just something that couldn't even possibly happen because we're fucking with continuity because it's just supposed to be an exciting little thingy. Um, and then there's more recently like things that I've assumed were that ended up not being that. Like the Madoka Magica movie is like completely just a sequel, and that's really cool. But going into it, I expected it to almost just be like oh, what a fun, wacky adventure. And it kind of has a twist in the beginning of the movie where it seems like it is just going to be like a DBZ movie where it doesn't entirely make sense what's happening. And like these characters shouldn't be around each other because when this one's introduced, this one's already dead and this one died, but now she's back. And it's like, what's going on here? And that's actually part of like the plot of the movie, which was really interesting. And then there's other ones like Evangelion movies. They're on a scale. This movie is like firmly in like the DBZ movie scale, even though it's not canon. Like everything here could happen. It all happens after the fact. It all is in line with the timeline we see in the last episode and stuff like that. Like Moeka is working at the CRT shop or whatever. But it basically feels like nothing actually really happens in the movie, and we just end up in the same spot. Um, and that kind of adds like a fillery feeling, and especially when the plot like tries to get you invested and be like, oh, we kind of are trying to have stakes here, and you just don't buy it for a second. It's like, and we're also adding things, and then like trying to recolor other things.
It's also
which
weird
especially
in
when it's like,
retrospect of like Steins Gate Zero as well. Like I'm seeing that, I'm just
yes,
like, oh my word, like yeah, I don't know. There's something about like, oh, what was the thought I had? It was something about like the amount of effort like Okabe went into to then self like admit defeat and then kill himself because he doesn't
yes.
realize what Steins Gate Zero Okabe had to go through or something like that. I was just like, this is wild. Anyway, but yeah, I was like,
There it is a part of that where it's like also because it's after any like trouble that comes up like kind of ruins the fairy tale ending if you are to take this one as like a canon event where it's like, well, you really want to feel at the end of episode like 24 that like, oh my god, Okabe has succeeded, now he can live happily ever after. And it turns out he didn't live happily ever after. He had to do another thing, and then he could live happily ever after. But
yeah.
even then, it's like my criticisms are like contradictory. Where it's like, in one way, I want it to just be obviously, I think everybody, well, me and you probably are equal. Like this should have just been a slice of life hanging out with each other movie. Like it would have been a million times better. And we could have had some drama where Makise and Okabe miscommunicate or something, and then they got to work through it or something. That could have been cool.
I think it's just more. I just basically every time I get into like a romance, it feels like oh, and then it ends on them kissing and not them actually like starting the
That was a
relationship.
big problem.
And it's like I think if you want like there's so much behind this relationship where you're like, but then it gets reset because of how Steins Gate works, and then it's like trying to work through that. I feel like you could have it's not what Steins Gate is. It's not general anime is, but you could have like quite a mature and very like serious but fun. Like maybe in the Steins Gate way, like a drama about them trying to get through it together, and then start this relationship, with all these ideas in her head. She's like reading Steiner backwards or whatever. But then Okabe, he does stuff in this movie like give her the spoon and fork, which she doesn't realize she told him, because she doesn't know. There's stuff like that like, I guess they could maybe be less high school students about it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not an easy problem to solve, but it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I think it kind of is an easy problem to solve. I just think that like it's like Steins Gate, so you have to redo the thing. So they have to be like mad at each other at the beginning. It's kind of funny. The first 3 Uncharted games kind of fell into this, where like you would, I guess, vague spoilers for a tiny little part. Like Nate and Elena, who are the lead girl and guy, like they would always get together at the end of the games, and then at the beginning of the next game, like they're like separate again, and they have to meet each other again in the adventure, and then they go back together. They sort of changed in Uncharted 4, but it feels like the criticism there and the criticism here is like we really only know one way to write these characters, and they have to be in conflict, and then they have to admit their feelings, and then they have to kiss.
Yeah.
And it feels like we lack like the balls to go any further. Like this movie would have been infinitely more interesting if they're like dating, like long distance or something at the beginning of the movie. Like a completely new dynamic. We have no idea how these characters would function in it. It would be entirely interesting, but like the movie isn't really interested in doing anything interesting, I don't think. It's just sort of like remember Steins Gate, and here are like a bunch of echoes of moments.
No, that is so true. I think
and even
a
the
lot
character
of these
interactions are like references.
Yeah.
Like it's not really a lot of new ones. Like I guess Drunk Kurisu is like the newest
yeah.
addition. Like everything else is like they're saying a line that they used to say, or somebody else is saying the line the other person said that one time, and like, oh my god, Moeka and Ruki are talking to each other. You've never seen this before. This is crazy. And Moeka and Mayuri are talking to each other, and isn't that scary but kind of cute?
Yeah. I feel like this is because I assume this isn't based off the game. You can probably already like tell that it's not based off the game. It is meant to be fans. So it's an easy dub, but then it really doesn't do anything interesting. I think an interesting way to compare this to, because this is kind of in line with what our whole idea is, like, how do you think this compares to the Cowboy Bebop movie?
Like Cowboy Bebop just lends itself so much better to that because it's so episodic, right? It's like, and it looked cool, and there was cool things going on,
and the animation was way better. In this movie, this one just felt like, oh, it's the TV show but longer. Like,
it's just an episode.
Like there was some times when like, man, the voice acting for the dub is good, but then it's just lip flaps, and they have their expressionless faces. I'm just like, you are not being helped by the bad, like it doesn't. It's not even animation. Like the emotionless drawing.
That was happening a lot. It was interesting because we started on like a long prolonged shot of like Makuse's plane taking off, and I thought they were trying to do cool visual things. So I was like, oh, are we in for some cool visuals here? We've got a movie budget, do we? It's like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Just on the Bebop comparison, real quick. I feel like it's just like the Bebop movie is just so much better, and I think like. They both actually have a similar thing where they both were made a decent, like not a decent amount, a few years after the fact.
Yeah.
And I feel like it like in Bebop, a small complaint I had about the movie, which was also kind of a positive, was that it did feel a little different. It did feel a little off. This movie, the dub specifically felt like, oh, it feels like we're kind of a little out of practice. Like Rukia's voice for like the middle part of the movie just sounded wrong. Even though it was like clearly the same voice actress. Did you feel that way at all?
Oh, I didn't notice it for that, but I was wondering. I was like, initially, I was like, oh yeah, it's like everybody's reprised their roles. they got all their stuff
Because it
back.
felt a bit more stilted.
Yeah,
I would say.
I can see that.
It was still good in parts, but yeah.
I mean, like, for example, another one of my favorite scenes, I guess, in this was when she was imitating Hyoin Kom at the end. Kirisu was, and that's just fun because it's like, oh, like they're doing an impression. Like this is really, like really
I think
sweet.
I'd seen that scene before, by the way.
Okay, that's funny.
Just to contradict what I said earlier.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because yeah, you know what you said? You said a long distance relationship. That just sounds like such a good idea to me. I'm just like have them do it, and
then they can
it's
have
awkward.
a fight and
not even
like,
a
they don't know how to
fight,
resolve it.
but like, but basically,
well, yeah. Even if you wanted to keep the same dynamic, is what I'm saying. Like, oh, they had a fight, and then like, oh, they haven't spoken in like a week, but here she is, and how are we gonna deal with that? And a bit of awkwardness and.
Yeah, and I guess early on they did have that kind of thing where they're just like he doesn't, and it's tough because the TV show did kind of reset everything, but like I think it's not set back to zero because she still has like, the occasional memory of the experience. But I think just getting them to work through that, I think it's just like a such more interesting premise, and then get them further than anywhere we've ever seen the need of the timeline. So basically, where's the sex scene? And that's
yeah,
or like an actual like I don't know, instead of like a date when they like a day they spend with each other, or a date where they actually have already admitted they love each other, stuff like that, or
well,
you know, stuff like there's
an
things like that where you just don't see that in the original series because you just get the climax with the kiss, and then you're just like, because they haven't really admitted it yet, and they kind of get there with the movie. Like we have a lot of internal monologue from Kirisu. It is the Kirisu movie, to be fair. Which I don't mind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like a Kurosawa movie could have been a bit cooler even then.
Yeah.
There is an interesting thing because they do like canonize for the movie the OVA. Like they do reference it, and Makise is like, you told me you love me in America or whatever. So they kind of have been past that part. Which is weird. And it's also like kind of cucks that too by like, oh, they didn't like immediately like move forward from there. It was like delayed again to kind of move forward here, even
that
though
was also
by the end of the movie
yeah.
it really hasn't moved forward that much.
Yeah.
There was part of me when somebody was like in her hotel room, I was like, there's no way it's Okabe and this is going to be like it, right? Because I was like, oh, you lock her in and then there's like rose petals or something, like generically 1980s romantic or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, it's the plot.
I was going to make a reference to Avatar: The Last Airbender, but you've not watched it, Kyle. Oh, what a shame.
No, Avatar: The Last Airbender is mid.
You know what?
Guy's ball.
You know what would have been good? I mean, I know it's kind of like that goes against the nostalgia and people. You know what? I reckon like is a less safe pick, but have Okabe travel to the America to go visit her after doing a long term thing. It's like, oh, I need to go back. Because he hasn't been able to go see her because he's like got no money or whatever, but he wants to go and like surprise her. But then she's kind of like still unsure about it because like she remembers and she feels like she should, but then she has like this conflict there. But then Okabe is like, oh, I've like he's being like, I don't know, optimistic that she likes him, but then he's also like self-deprecating and thinks no. I mean, you can have some internal conflict there. That's quite interesting. And then, you know, then they do stuff in America. And then, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just a longer OVA where there's actually more... Like, you know what? Actually, yeah, it should be... This movie should have been the OVA, but then the OVA just, like, extended, and then they actually, like, continue with that dynamic they were trying to do, you know?
Yeah. The OVA is better than this movie, I would say.
Yeah, and then you slot in John Kirisu somewhere, and then I'm still happy.
Yeah. The, Fuck, I had something to say about something you said, but it's lost on me.
I think we just fixed the movie.
What'd you say?
I think we've just fixed the movie. They should have hired us.
Yeah.
These idiots in
Absolutely.
2013. Think they can write something?
Oh, I had a funny note here. I remember what I was going to say there. The only problem with the Okabe going to America is like, well, I guess you fixed it with the OVA thing, but it's like, how do we get the rest of the characters in it? And that's obviously a big selling point is we want to all the characters are hanging out again. And I feel like that's like maybe the prerequisite for the movie having a plot is that Suzuha can be in the movie then. Because she can't be unless there's a time travel.
Yeah,
plot.
I do wonder
like,
if they're like, oh, we have to include every character for all the fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It kind of sucks that her mum wasn't in it at all. Like we get like one shot of her doing cosplay, and there is a funny bit about how Daru has sent like a like a disguised picture.
That was a good bit. Yeah, that was good.
And Makise called him a One Direction cosplayer or something. That was funny.
Oh, that is and there was a lot of like there was a lot of memes in here that I got more of, like all your bases are ours or whatever. That's like the quintessential oldest meme people joke about ever when he like hacks into stuff.
I don't know what this one is. Oh, is it like
all your bases belong
strategy
to us?
game?
I think, yeah. All your bases belong to us. Bases.
I remember Makise verbally saying upvote. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, that was fun because I was like, oh, I'm a Redditor.
You are a subreddit moderator just like her.
Exactly. We'd be perfect for each other. All right, so
for that one, I wrote down, I think Makise just gave me the ick. And I said, oh.
Oh, really?
So we didn't like upvote. That was bad. It was kind of funny.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tangent, Kyle.
I love
because we're on this thing. I went on a date, and the date brought up that she was watching
Steins Gate.
No,
this movie.
No, VTuber drama. Should I run? There we go.
I don't know. I say if a lady knows what a plot hole is, or plot holes are too general of a thing. If she knows what plot armor is, run away, John.
And convenience. No. No, she has her own way of saying it.
Piece of media in her life.
Her way of saying convenience is that, or I can see the author's hand. Is like I can hear the script. That's what she says. Which is crazy.
Inventing turns of phrases here. My goodness,
exactly.
Maybe she's a keeper.
There we go.
But a VTuber drama, that's probably one of the worst things I've ever heard.
It's over. Okay.
Hold on, let me name a VTuber. Iron Mouse.
Oh, yes. She's the best one, right?
I
think she's like the only one that I'm like, is it bad that I'm like, oh yeah, you have a good reason to be a VTuber, because it's not like you need to have a good reason to be a VTuber apart from protecting your identity. I'm just like, oh, because you can't.
She did have a sad story. I know something vague about this or something.
Basically, she's got she can't go outside the house because she's got no immune system. So.
My goodness, that sounds like an anime plot.
It does. It does sound like How I'd Eat Your Prime Pancreas 22.5. It does sound like that.
I remember Digibro hated that movie.
Who else hates that movie? Shark King, who loves Steins Gate, when they had, and what's his name? Oh, they had the podcast, the Weeb Pod. Oh no, that's not Podtaku. Podtaku is something different. Weebcast.
No, that's the Giga one.
Anyway,
Weebcast is a different thing.
So I'm looking at the director here. The director of this movie is the same director as Steins Gate, who was also a key animator on Perfect Blue. He was the storyboard artist on the final season, part 2 of Attack on Titan. Key animator
I don't like that one.
On Made in Abyss.
I don't know about
but I don't think he's done the other. Oh, he's done. Oh, yeah, he's basically the director of all things Steins Gate, which is quite funny. He's been on a lot of stuff. Episode directing some things, but yeah.
They said this is the man for the job. He made us successful. We'll give it to him again.
Yeah, I guess so. Has he directed anything else? But yeah, I was just having a look at the writing staff or whatever. If it's oh, he's director of Orange. Yeah. What's this?
I think I saw this on Letterboxd, but I assume you're on Mal.
I'm on Mal. Orange looks like, I hate to say it, very generic.
I feel like I also clicked on that, but I clicked on it probably a bit more than 10 minutes because we've been recording for a little while. But I already forgot what it looked like. But I do remember thinking, this doesn't look too interesting.
Yeah. He's been an episode director on a couple things. Space Dandy.
That's a show that's apparently looks very good.
He was on Vampire D as an animation director. That's pretty impressive.
Like the 90s Vampire D?
Yeah, 2000s. Yeah, Bloodlust. I'm not sure that one was called Bloodlust.
Bloodlust is the one people like, I think.
Maybe he was on the bad one. He's the director of another samurai series called Shin Guru Yuri.
That's Samurai Champloo. What are you talking
And
about?
then it's Blade and Soul, another one. It's got 3 stars on Mal, so it must be good. Directed on...
3 stars or 3 out of 10?
No, sorry, 6 out of 10, so 3 stars, yeah. Why did my brain process that like that? I literally, yeah.
You said the letterbox thing with the Mal thing, but you were also looking at the Mal number, so...
I was looking at the Mal
that
number.
Was crazy.
Oh, he directed a Blade of the Immortal adaptation in 2019, which
There's a Blade of the Immortal adaptation?
Yeah, no, Can covered it, and they liked it. This is 2019.
That is right. I knew they talked about it, and I guess I just assumed they were talking about the manga.
Yeah. Do you think anybody's
Did it
listening
continue?
to this
like,
anymore?
that manga's really long.
I don't know. It had 25 episodes. I don't know if it completed the adaptation.
Well, no, it's like 200 chapters or something, so... You'd think not. I'm seeing 13 episodes.
No, you're looking at a different one. This is 2019 version.
Now I'm looking at 24 episodes.
Yep, that's probably it.
Which one is this? Oh, yeah, that's the one you're talking about, I think.
Oh, okay. If he directed this, I think that's kind of impressive. Oh, he's a director and storyboard.
Oh my god, content was pre-COVID?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ain't that just crazy?
No,
So
there is an
basically,
older
the guy
one.
who
That's
did
the one
this,
I was
he's
talking
a
about
pretty,
was from
he's a
2008.
pretty big anime veteran, I guess.
He makes anime, believe it or not, if that's what you would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blade of the Immortal's got 30 volumes. So, but I won't be reading them because they cut the thingy up and put it in the reverse order. Remember that discourse we had in our Discord, Jockey Bacon? My goodness.
No, I can't remember.
Anyways. Do you have any general points, or should I read my chronological notes?
Yeah, I think your notes are good. I'm like, yeah.
We'll juice the memory? What do you call that? Jump the memory?
Yeah, jerk.
No, not jerk.
Yeah, jerk my memory.
Jog your memory,
Jog
you
my
idiot.
memory, yes.
Like you're running.
Yeah.
Jerk your memory, Jockey Bacon. Get your head out of the gutter. Stop thinking
What do
about
you mean?
that goddamn shower.
Stop being such a jerk, man.
True. Why do you call it jerking off? That doesn't make any sense.
Because if you jerk, it's like a fast change of direction. It's like whiplash. If you get jerked around.
And so a jerk is somebody that changes up from happy to mean or something real quick.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm figuring things out. Oh, I have a note in Steins Gate about figuring things out, Alita. I mean, oh my goodness.
Oh, that's...
Jockey Bacon.
Hang on. Whoa. I can't believe you'll be talking about Elite RE like that.
That no good son of a bitch Elite RE making me watch a fucking movie in the theaters. Jockey Bacon didn't
Whether we like it or not,
anyway,
we're suddenly engaged
my revelation,
in
Jockey Bacon, you ready?
Sorry, I was just playing stuff in the background for Elite RE to come on.
I see.
I was trying to find it. I couldn't find my Hassan Pikey clip again.
To jump scare him with? Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's just Donald Trump.
Tell me when you're ready for my great revelation.
I'm ready.
Jockey Bacon.
Yep.
Oka Reen. Like Okabe Reentaro. My goodness, I'm freaking the fuck out.
How have you watched the series this many times and not realized that?
Never once have I thought about it. It's just something that not Makise, not Kurusu. Mayuri says sometimes, and who knew? You know, that would be the easiest thing in the world to get if you're watching it subtitled, because the words would be right there, and you'd be like, I see what she did there. But you know me, I'm just like Okarine, like Okabe.
Okay. Well, like Daru's the same, right? Like his name's like it's like the mix of his first and last name, right?
Yes, yeah, I think so. But like, because Daru's actual name is what?
Hang on, I've got
Taru.
it. No, yeah, Hishada Itaru.
Oh, Hishi. Yes, Hish.
Itaru. You know. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So they haven't got it the Japanese way. Okay, yeah. So it's because it's like his first name ends with Da and his last name ends with Ru, so it's Daru.
Wait, so how do you say that word again?
Hashida.
Hashida. Oh my god, I accidentally said it right.
Otaru. Sorry. Any fans of Steins Gate are like tearing their hair out. And then
shut the fuck up and sit down. How about that? Oh my goodness. All right.
But Okabe is his last name, by the way. What? Is
He's
it?
Japanese. How about they figure it
No,
out?
hang on. Okay, hang on. So
Rintaro feels
Mayuri...
like a last name.
No, it's Okabe Rintaru. No, what? No. Which way around? Because on this thing here, it says Makase Kurusu. Makase is the first name, and then... So is Mayuri her last name then? And Suzuha's last name? And
Sheena
Ruka's the last
Mayuri.
name?
Yeah, Sheena sounds like a first name.
Sheena Mayuri. Suzuha. And then Ruka, is that her
Amane.
last name as well?
Wait, hold on.
No. Because you got Tenne Nuche, which is the guy downstairs, landlord, and Nai.
Mr. Braun.
Mr. Braun. Why is he called Mr. Braun?
Because he's strong.
Okay. But yeah, like
He's a big fan of Reiner
Okay, so
Braun.
Rintaro's his first name. So he's Rintaro Okabe. Kirisu Makase. Huh?
Well, Makise might be doing the American thing because she's part American or something, right?
Oh, I see. And then Mayuri Shine, and then Suzuha, and then Ruka Irishibaru, and Itaru
Yeah,
Hashida.
that's right.
And then Moaka
And
Kiryu.
Ferris Meow Meow.
Oh, there was a couple good meow puns in this, actually.
That's true. I do remember that. I don't remember them, but I do remember saying that's a good joke.
Yeah.
Said it out loud.
Should we go through your notes? We are.
Oh my goodness. Opening mirrors the episode 1 opening, but it's Kurisu, and she's talking about deja vu, not can the universe justifiably be called infinite.
Ooh, great catch.
It was crazy.
I like that.
There are a million little, like, this is exactly like the show, but it's Kurisu now. Like, at the end, she, like, even the structure, like, the whole structure of the movie is, like, she has to see the person die and then go back, and she has to, like, time leap, and then she gets to go in the time machine. And Suza comes up and initially doesn't say everything she knows, but then eventually reveals and says everything she knows. And then she has to go through and interact with each of the individual characters, just like Okabe had to, and it's, like, all in the same order and stuff, so... Even like the beginning where we're just hanging out, like the first 12 episodes of the show. So we were definitely mirroring all of that stuff. So it wasn't that cute. Not really. It kind of was annoying because it meant we had to have a plot that was similar. Note number 2, CGI crowd shots even in the cinema. Did you notice this at all, Jockey Baker?
Yeah, I did notice it this time. And I didn't care.
They carried it on. It's a principal aspect of the show. The fans want to see it. It's part of the fan stuff. I wonder if Steins Gate 0 will have a CGI crowd shot. What do you think? Place your bets.
No CGI allowed.
Definitely. 2010's anime, nothing's ever been worse. My goodness, that's when we were all complaining about the CGI crowd shot.
Oh, that was a novel series this had? Hang on, wait. Okay, so there's a manga that was released, like started serialization.
I think I talked about the manga last time, where there's like 4 volumes or 4 chapters or something.
No, this is for the movie. The manga started serialization a month before the movie, and then went on for until like November. This was released, so it went from March to November, and the movie's in April, and then the novels.
How many chapters were there?
There's 2 volumes, so I guess 8 or 16
that's
chapters.
Probably about the movie. I could see that.
Yeah.
Unless we're going in some different directions and crazy like that. I feel like none of these will be translated.
Where's box office? Or was it just released straight to Blu-ray?
Oh, the movie.
Opening
I don't
theaters,
know. I don't know.
Almost, in 18 theaters, it got almost 1 million. Okay, sorry. Worldwide, it got 5 million. Because it was only released in Japan. Big. So, and it's only out for 6 weekends. That's crazy.
As we know from the Chainsaw Man movie and that one viral Twitter thing that was totally real, anime movies only cost $5 to make. Whereas a Pixar movie cost $20 billion.
That's hilarious.
It made all of its money back in the first theater session. That was crazy.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, Carl, I need you to do something. I need you to yap by yourself for a bit.
Oh, yapping by myself. I've never done this before. I'm very new to this.
Okay,
now, let's see what we can talk about. So, can you still hear me, Bacon? No, I don't think he can. My goodness. Well, we'll pretend he can because I think he might be able to, and he might have just been so far away that he couldn't answer it. So I will go on to my third dot point, which says PTSD from the time machine crash was scary. Oh, that's true. At some point, Okabe is just chilling with Mayuri. They're walking on the street, and then like Mayuri, I think, is doing a weird thing where she puts her hand up in the sky, and then like a little bit of rubble like hits between Okabe's legs, and you're like, oh no, there's a plot to this movie. And he looks up and the crashing thingy is like in the roof, like in the first episode. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. But it was actually just a PTSD fake out. But actually, in this movie, then they explain it away that the PTSD is like a boring ass fucking deja vu thing that doesn't make any sense and isn't interesting. Who cares if it makes sense? But it's boring, so we don't like it. Now, I guess we didn't even talk about that much. Is like the concept of this movie, and I'm sick of Okabe and Makise talking about their trauma. I don't want to hear about it. It's boring. Just you got your happy ending. How about we be happy now? But this way of showing PTSD was kind of cute. But then we had to make it into like a plot mechanical detail, and I didn't like that so much. My fourth note here is related directly to this, where it says they had to rebuild the radio building in this timeline with 2 question marks, which means a mocking question, where you were implying that such things said in the question is ridiculous, and why would this be the case? Now, if I remember my Steins gate, I'm pretty sure the time we won, we landed safely on the radio building. So why would there be a thingy? Why in this timeline is Okabe referencing that they had to rebuild it in the last year? Now, I don't think that makes any sense, but maybe Jockey Bacon knows, and when he gets back, we'll ask him all about it. Now, this is the longest piss he's ever taken in his life. My goodness. What, did you get on upstairs or something? Oh, my goodness. That's not true. That's impossible.
No, I did it. You don't know me. You don't know me.
I've never pooped in less than 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
not
crazy.
Once in my life.
My bowels are strong.
My goodness, he has to run. That's scary. I like my method.
And it wasn't the small one.
So could you hear us or not?
I can hear you. Hello?
Did you hear?
Oh no, I didn't hear anything you said. No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. That's very sad. Alita has headphones. He can go with him when he pees, so you should get some of those.
I see. Yeah.
So, Jockey Bacon, I was talking about PTSD from the time machine. So remember in this movie when Okabe thinks he sees the radio thing on but he's just PTSDing out and the rubble hits between his legs? That was a little scary, huh?
It was, yeah. Well, it was like the merging of timelines, so it was almost realistic, right? It wasn't PTSD, it was like real.
Well, yeah, that's what it gets explained as later, but that's lame, and I don't like that. But in the moment, it was like, oh no, I don't want to get... Because it is playing with the thing. We kind of loosely talked about this, where it's like, oh, we're in our happy ending now. So any, like, conflict that comes up is like, fuck off, you're ruining my happy ending.
Yeah. Yes.
And especially if we're not going anywhere with it, and we're just going back to a happy ending. So when the radio building is here, it's like, no. Like, Okabe fought so hard to get here, and it's so sad that we're going to have to... But then it was not real.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of real, but it wasn't happening.
Yeah. You know what? The main thing with that probably makes this not work as well is because it's the exact same environment. It's like, here's the callback to the exact same conflict you had earlier. It's all in the same room. And maybe that made it like super cheap to make. Maybe they're like, oh my word, this is just a nice thing, and we know like we have all the storyboards for the, you know, all the room and stuff like that. We don't have to do anything crazy, you know. But like that's why the Cowboy Bebop one is because like it's a different planet or whatever, different environment, different like culture. They take aesthetics from, so it feels very different, even if it's just like a longer episode than usual. But yeah.
Even if I think it was supposed to be like the planet we were on most of the time, and it just looked really different.
Yeah. Well, this one just feels the same.
Yeah, it definitely... There's not an uptake in production value or environments or something.
No.
I guess that is another thing the OVA had, where it did look like different because we were in America and we were in Las Vegas or wherever we were. That was cool.
And the OVA... And stuff. It's
no
interesting because the OVA came out a couple months after the movie it released. No, after the TV show, and then this movie was like 2 years after. So, yeah.
Yeah. The Oh, another thing I was asking to the people was why does Okabe reference that they had to rebuild the radio building in the timeline he's currently in? Because in the one where we won, didn't they land safely on the roof? So why would they have to rebuild the radio building?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really
Both
think too
stuff.
much about plot holes, Kyle.
Well, you know, if it comes into my brain, it's bad.
True.
And then my next, that's true.
Could you
If
see the
there's a
script?
plot hole falls, if the plot hole falls over in the forest and nobody notices, is it really a plot hole?
It's not. Well, it's not bad until you feel bad. Then it is bad.
That's true. But if a tree falls over in the forest, it definitely fell over. Okay, that's don't be ridiculous.
But did it make a sound?
Oh, is that the point of that question? That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can go and see the tree that fell down.
And obviously there was
Bacon
airwaves that were there, but for it to be a sound, does someone have to hear it? Does a person's subjective experience have to perceive it for it to be real? For example,
that's a more complicated question.
For example,
what I want to
like,
talk about. No,
is
Go ahead.
Kirisu's hair red if we don't see it? Okay, it emits electromagnetic waves, but it needs a consciousness to perceive those electromagnetic waves and convert it into the color of red. It's a question of consciousness.
I don't know, maybe.
There you go. Anyway, no, this stupid philosophy.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
Yeah.
But I think Rikki's voice is a little bit off. That was my next note. And then my note after that, we've also already talked about where I said One Direction reference from Kurisu. Upvote! Exclamation mark, question mark. I think Marky C just gave me the ick. Yuck. The next one is actually funny and kind of interesting. Is I don't like Okabe trying to court Kurisu because this is when he like fell over and we saw that he had like a gift in this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew, he's being a simp right now. I don't like this. He should call her an idiot or something. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, barbecue was cute, card was not. But yes, they get drunk. I guess this is where we will talk in detail, in as much detail as... Give me 5 to 10 minutes on Kurisu being drunk.
Very kawaii.
She rubbed her face on his.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
said,
that's crazy.
Oh, why does it matter if somebody sees us? And I was like, oh my god, this is sexy.
Yeah.
And then she drunk and horny. These women love it, Jockey Bacon. So, you know, that's how Kurisu was feeling.
And there's all downhill for the rest of the movie. There's like, oh.
Yeah, she literally fell down the stairs. That's not a funny joke.
Yeah, no, it was like awkward, and then she's drunk, and then like on the rooftop initially, and then she says, but he said to me he loved me, and then I'm just like, oh, hide, this is cringe. Oh no, I'm like Okabe at this moment, like, shut up, woman, be quiet.
No,
hush your tone.
He seemed the coolest guy ever there when he was in front of everybody getting his compliment.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He didn't care. He was just being weird.
Yeah.
It is kind of cute because I feel like this was a dynamic a little bit in the show. But like sometimes she will get really emotional and it forces him to be like the straight man, and it is an interesting dynamic. And I guess it is more like it's a flip of what it usually is, so it's cute. But it was the stairs case scene, and a funny part is when like realizing she's drunk, like you don't see her start to get drunk, she's just drunk somehow, and you're like, what is happening here? And then she's got like a beer in her hand, and she's like already freaking out.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the voice acting here because it's clearly different. I don't know if it's good drunk voice acting. I would say that like, one thing that someone told me, which is pretty true, is like, being drunk is hard to do because often when someone's drunk, they're trying to cover up the fact that they're drunk. So you're actually acting someone trying to not act drunk, but who is drunk. And that's like when you're anyway. That's an interesting thought. But anyway, it felt like a different Kurisu, which is the main thing.
Yeah, it's cute to see like a different side. It is kind of like there is sometimes where you'll be around people and then suddenly somebody is just drunk and you have no idea how it happened and how it happened so quickly. Yeah, so that was kind of cute. A funny, just on the being drunk thing, it is super easy to be funny drunk, to do a funny drunk character. Like I'm just thinking about Randy Marsh from South Park, and it's like he just slows his speech a lot and he like pretends that what he said just made sense when it didn't. And it was kind of what Kurisu's voice actress was doing here, so I thought it was funny and cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god. American OVA confirmed canon. My goodness. Because she references that he said he loved her. My goodness. Rukia and Moeka interacting is interesting. Do you think Okabe ever PTSD'd Mr. Braun shooting Moeka? That was a good one. They're all just hanging out and they're like sitting down like they were when he was monologuing about his backstory. And I was like, well, that would be really funny if he just thought about him shooting her, right?
Oh, that would be quite funny. Yeah.
It is the weirdest aspect of like the happy ending that Moeka is just like here working for him. Now, obviously, like Amira is the FB thing of like, oh, they're still like connected through all the world lines, but just this one is more wholesome.
Yeah, I'm not just like.
But I feel like
yeah.
Yeah, it should have been like obviously this is like the second half of the last episode, the first 2 minutes of the OVA in this movie, where it could have even possibly been fleshed out. But it feels like for it to be believable, I needed it fleshed out a little bit more. And I also remember thinking, especially like having seen the show before, knowing where everything led. Like the little moments Moeka did have around the group, I always thought were really cool, and I did wish there was more of it. But like, she just seems like a generic nice girl outside of it. Like, and it's not interesting at all now. She's just like generic nice girl. Whereas before she was like shy, closed off, defensive, like shy girl who would ask for things and was kind of rude. And that's like kind of an interesting dynamic. And like she would have little moments with Mayuri where it's like, oh, it's cute. And like they're clearly like if they were friends for a little while longer, like this dynamic would like develop or something, which really didn't happen. But yeah, I feel like that's all I'd be able to think about. And especially when he's having PTSD about more like abstract things, when there's like a more literal thing. And I guess the same thing would be like Moeka shooting Mayuri, which he does freak out about. There is a moment with the knife and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was like a good. Cringe. That was like, well, yeah, but it's like quintessential Steins Gate cringe where Okabe is doing stuff that he shouldn't do because he's like not thinking.
Yeah, because he.
I will say,
it's like.
Yeah, I got very hungry because she was saying like Ferris was doing her yakisoba, and I was like, ooh, that sounds delicious.
She was looking Daru in the eyes. That was crazy.
That was very funny. Which is weird because he has a girlfriend now. You know what? That's another. I think I would like to see that subplot develop as well. Because she was also in America, right? Why didn't they just go back to America? Why didn't they just extend the OVA or like make it like OVA Part 2, America Boogaloo 2?
Because we're not allowed to do anything new in this movie, Jockey Bake.
Because they want to play this safe.
You know, that could have been a strategic like dictation or something. It's like, oh, they're working on Steins Gate 0, so let's not like do anything that would canonize something to change something that we would then have to fuck up to try and adapt Steins Gate 0. Even though Steins Gate 0 is like a prequel to the ending. So probably not, but maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm just trying to make excuses here, you know. Oh my goodness, we actually did skip around because my next note is drunk arguing on the stairs is great. Fork and spoon callback. We did talk about that. That was also a cute little.
I like the moment a lot where on the stairs where she like says, "Hey Okabe," I'm just like, oh no, she's gonna kill him.
That was another sexy thing. I was like, oh my goodness, hey Okabe, take me down to the little couch we got down there. She was saying, my goodness gracious me.
And it's just like crazy. This, it's over.
What's crazy about this young lady?
No, just it's just like this movie could have been that. It could have been that. Could have been the first 20 minutes. But it wasn't.
On the fork and spoon thing, I feel like every other callback or reference in the movie is like very overdone almost, and I feel like or it's like referencing a very big moment, and I feel like the fork and spoon thing was not that big of a moment in the show, so for it to like get highlighted here, I thought that was like cute, or that was like more clever than like a lot of the other ones. So there's a part in the middle of the movie where we clearly see like other visual novel fan service stuff, where it's like Nai killing Moeka or something. It's like, this is definitely an ending you can get in the visual novel, and we see like one shot of it. I feel like we see a few other things too.
Okay, it's like here's all the other endings you could get. Yeah.
Yeah, or like even just big plot beats.
Carl, I just thought of a great like thing, how to like start this like conflict is that like, for our rewrite of
Your
this
story,
movie,
right?
right? Is that yeah, so he gives her the fork and spoon and she's just like icked out by it because it's like I didn't tell you I like this, even though I do like it. But then she's like, you're like, it's the whole feeling of you're tapping into my mind, like you're reading my mind, and then boom, conflict, got resolved. Oh, it would have worked. It would have worked.
But
Yeah.
Okabe just disappeared, so
Yeah,
that's
he just
unfortunate.
gets Thanos snapped.
That's true. Well, he didn't even go into a bunch of dust. He just popped out, so that was crazy. Now, what did you say right before that? Because I had something genius to say about that, but I forgot.
About the
Bunch
spoon.
of visual novel alternative
Oh yeah,
spoon.
alternative
No, I think it was
endings.
before the
When
spoon.
she gets shot, like it's flashing them. It's like good fan service.
Oh yeah. I know what I was gonna say. There has to be a good YouTube video where it's like explaining all the weird alternative endings you can get in Steins Gate. I would
Yeah,
like to watch that
surely.
YouTube video because I don't really want to play this game. I'm gonna be on it. That has to be a video. I feel like I would have seen it if it was real, but that's like a stupid thing to think. So I'll
I
find
don't
that.
know. Yeah, it is weird though. Like Steins Gate does get a lot of views, but I feel like anyway, it would probably be buried somewhere if it was, right?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen like there are some vague times where I'll like watch somebody play through The Last of Us Part 2, and there's like and it lends you into like a little subsection of the internet where it is just like people that play through games and like kind of is like reaction content. Um, where they'll play like narrative games and like react to it basically, just like Blind Wave or something would react to a TV series. And I feel like a few of them had like Steins Gate playthroughs on their channel, so
Hmm.
I don't know if it does have its own like is there somebody you can watch play it who's never seen the show or something? I feel like this would be interesting. Jockey Bacon, why are you scrolling Twitter right now?
I'm liking your stuff, man.
Yeah, I saw it. I got a notification on my little phone. You think I wouldn't notice? Um, But true, visual novels. I don't want to play it, but I want all the information. Please make a YouTube video.
I think it's also like because I probably like the visual novel a lot if I didn't watch the anime, if I didn't know the story. But because I do know
Yeah,
the story,
probably.
you know where it's going and all this. But yeah, I don't even really care that much about branching timelines. I often don't like in video games. Like,
No, no.
so
I
so
think
I
we
guess
talked
that's like
about
the
this before. I'm just
antithesis of
curious.
antithesis of stories
Yeah,
like
like
that.
Nai killing Moeka, that's kind of interesting. So I'm sure there's other things like that that are kind of interesting. Um, Sometimes I wonder how much like the individual episodes in the last half of the show is that just like the endings for those characters with the like twist that we have to like not like time travel evaporated or whatever. There's a better way to say that. So it's like, oh, if you do try to date Rukia, this is how it goes down, and then this is how it happens, but then we wipe it, obviously, in Steins Gate. So were we actually including most of the things that could happen? Um,
Hmm.
so maybe there is no utility to make that video. I'm not sure. Um, I really don't know. That would be super interesting. Like figuring out how most visual novel adaptations adapt their stuff. If like before the anime ever comes out, there's like a consensus like which one like the fandom agrees is like canon, and is that one
Yeah,
chosen
well,
or
I feel like the
um
writers already know. Because often I feel like you'll just get the most content with those characters. If that makes sense, it's
yes, yeah. There's
like the
like it's like
story, the
leading you
end will
down a
come
direction.
earlier if you date one character compared to another. It's like, and
Yeah,
then there's just two to maybe choose between, or something.
yeah, yeah. That makes a lot more
That makes
sense.
more sense with like
'Cause
waifu wars and stuff. So yeah.
yeah, even in like the DBZ video games where you could do like you could play through the story as any character. I don't even know if that's true, but there were some that were like that. But like if you do like the Yamcha story, it's like only like 3 battles and it's like on the side and it's not really anything. But like obviously the Goku one, there's 20 battles and it's like you're fighting all the things from the TV show and it makes a lot more sense. So it's like, well, obviously like the one they want you to do is the Goku one, and they assuming most people are going to choose the main characters to play through as and stuff like that. Um, I guess even Chrono Trigger is a little like that, where it's like
Mm.
there's like the bad ending where you lose and you get the game over screen, the end, the world failed to change screen, and then there's like minor differences in like the celebration afterwards if you win, depending on what you've done. And it's like,
But there's probably
well,
a canonical ending or like a gold ending or whatever they call it.
yeah, it's like when you go through and save each of the characters, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels like it's almost like it's like the difference between a like 100% ending and a not 100%. Because even like the Crash game,
it's the true ending, as they say, right? Like.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the true ending. But true. That's my little not pivot. Moving on, segue. That's what we call those, Jockey Bacon. Now, what is the next note here? Visual novel. The idea of undoing the victory is scary. We've already talked about that a bunch. Lots of sexy Makise shots. Woo-wee! Jockey Bacon. We got a shower scene and a towel. And then we also got her wearing a thingy, and we kind of looked down her boob line. Or her neckline.
Yeah, that was cringe. But the shower scene wasn't. I don't know why I didn't find that cringe. I think it's more like...
I guess it was kind of cute that like she does have like tiny boobs, and that's kind of cool. Is like, oh, because the fan service with down the shirt was kind of like, it's almost seems self-deprecating in a sense of like, here's where the big boobs are supposed to be, but silly Marcuse's got little boobs, lol. So I kind of read it as that a little bit, which I thought was kind of cute, but also it could just be like, doesn't I nearly said Moeka, I nearly said Makise, Mayuri. How about you use another letter M, Jockey Bacon, when you're naming your characters in this rewrite? Write that one down. Doesn't Mayuri have like a line about small boobs in the show? What is it? Small boobies will have their day. I remember that line.
That sounds like something she would
Steins
say.
has got a track record of empowering the small-chested. Thoughts?
Very breaking. What is it?
Convention?
Not conventions. It is. Yeah, it's giving, what is it? The itty bitty titty community some representation finally. So.
Yes, itty bitty titty committee. You're the chief president, Jockey Bacon.
Me? I don't have itty bitty titties.
I was gonna say this is the part where you say you have giant knockers. Knockers. Let's throw out some other words: boobies, titties, knockers, fun bags. Come on, Jockey Bacon,
what's
do
the
this
meme?
on my selfie.
Nate did a recitation. He did the recitation. He was talking about. He was complaining about Tifa in the remix.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a 4chan meme. He does it in like the Nate style where it's like so over the top that it's like, it's no way he's being actually legit about this, but he's 100% mad about this.
He is. They made her boobies small. That was the part of the woke agenda or something.
No, it's the fact that they're rewriting history and they're changing.
That's true.
They're changing my adaptation.
Except I think those games are like
how dare they change my adaptation? If I've seen post hoc rationalization, it's been that. Funny.
Jockey Bacon, we should do all the Final Fantasy VII products next. What do you reckon?
Oh, goodness. I actually don't want to play the remakes. I'll play the original. 17
movies, 13 games. I played like 6 hours of Final Fantasy VII, I want to say.
My flatmate just finished this part 2 of remake. It took him 100 hours. I'm just like...
Yeah,
there's a lot of
games. There's lots of
crap.
Side little games.
Yeah.
What do you call those? Mini games?
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's one with a dolphin. I remember seeing clips of that. And something else. I know there's a snowboarding one from the original game. Oh, we don't like Mario. We don't like Nintendo here. They suck. Right?
Oh yeah. We don't like them anymore, do we? Because they
except for Game Freak, they're pretty good.
No. Because they just release crap and they overprice stuff, right? Is that why you'd hate them?
Oh, I'm gonna pay $70 again next year. We'll see.
Oh, the Fire Emblem is what I would buy though. Oof.
Oh yeah, shitty Fire Emblem. That's a lot better than fucking Pokemon. Get lost, Jockey Bacon. Get out of here.
It is.
No, Fire Emblem looks like anime trash. It used to look cool though. Now, don't pull this out too Jockey Bacon. Sexy Makise shots, of course.
I see. Yeah.
Didn't use the same jumping world line time travel cue because they aren't jumping world lines? Question mark. True, Makise time leapt, and we didn't get the
oh yeah,
or whatever, the
I was a bit
sound
confused
thing
by
and the
that.
numbers.
And then she remembered. I was like, is that because she's Gaia Steiner now, or what? Or
well, yeah, everybody has that when they need to have it for cool character
for
moments,
plot reasons. Yeah.
And plot reason, but cool character moment. Now, no, that's only in the original show. Here it is just for the plot. But my self reflection here was like, is it because she isn't jumping world lines? Because just because you go in the past doesn't mean you're jumping world lines, right?
That's true.
I don't know. I can't remember how this shit works. Because sometimes you send a mail to the past and it didn't change the past. Remember?
Yeah.
Moeka was screaming every time we thought we were time traveling, but we weren't.
Yeah. Anyway, she goes back in time, and then I've been like, you know, as much as I've been dogging on this movie, there are moments I don't mind, like, but it's just like the potential is way more, you know.
I wish it was just different, you know. Bringing in the thematic idea of moving on is interesting. It's Okabe's argument to let him be forgotten. Oh yeah, this is true. Because it's just a fun.
And yet they
thing
don't move on with the movie. Crazy.
Oh my goodness, we do just spin our wheels for a little while. That's true. This is when the movie got boring. I was sitting there with like 30 minutes to go.
The whole concept of this movie is not moving on. Because nothing happens, does it, Kyle?
Yes, that's what we said. No progress.
Progress.
But I was getting a little bored here. I was starting to. I was like, I gotta record with Bacon after this, and I feel like I'm falling asleep. But here I am, spry and chipper. I'm not tired at all.
No, never. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yes, like a koala. Kangaroo? One of these Australian animals has got a bushy tail, Jockey Bacon. You're just going to have to draw.
Okay.
Do you know a wombat is just like a little koala?
Oh, yeah?
No, a little kangaroo. And then we got crocodiles too. You ever heard of that?
No.
They'll eat you. They're like these thingies. They're from like the dinosaur times or something.
Oh.
And they'll beat the shit out of an alligator. Alligators are pussies.
Okay.
I bet that's what you got over there. Alligators. It's not even a northern or is it a southern northern hemisphere thing?
We don't have anything in the UK, Carl.
Yeah, you're boring. We have badgers. But you also are from Canada.
And foxes.
And in America, you got alligators, like in Florida.
Yeah, but that's not my neck of the woods. Or swamps.
Yeah, swamp. Or
I'm a rocky boy.
There's a cool name for like swamps in that glades or something. That's a Pokemon. What am I trying to say here, Jockey Bacon? It has glade in it, and it's like a watery area in like Louisiana or something. The Everglades. That's a place. You know that place.
Yeah, this ring a bell.
True. I'm a genius. I know everything. Crocodiles will beat up an alligator. That's what you learned here today. Oh, moving on. We made 3 jokes, but it's just sort of like the funny thing about stories and about how like Evangelion is about moving on and how you can't try and do it over again. But Steins Gate is like, you shouldn't move on. You should try again and do it. But it's like kind of complicated when you incorporate time travel, which its conceit kind of necessitates trying again. But then there's also a different theme of like, it's about persistence and stuff like that and how that's a moral virtue. And then there's like that Mushoku Tensei nonsense where it's not even about going back to real life. It is about escapism. And then you got shitty clerics, pure expedition, whatever the fuck, telling you that escapism is bad or whatever. Can we figure out one philosophy, Jockey Bacon? I'm sick of these different arguments.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get to the point where I can get on the thematic, storyboard committee, but they haven't accepted my application.
They're too scared to invite me.
Yeah.
I'd settle that shit in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But it is funny because we kind of talked about this last time where there's like, and this happens in the movie, where there's like a motif of like Mayuri asking them to stop, which is obviously like the wrong thing to do. But it's said so earnest, and the show like plays the sad music where it's like, are we supposed to like be on Mayuri's side here or something? And there's also thematic stuff later where we're talking a lot about how like science is stupid as fuck. It's all about emotion and stuff like that, which is funny.
I don't think it's that. It's just that's more of a character thing. It's not a thematic thing.
Well, no, because that is how I would like to view it. But they're also like, it's science is not going to solve this problem. Like I got to intuit what to do.
Oh, I see.
Like do this, and it's like my emotions are truer than everything. And obviously, a lot of the times in stories, like the emotional manifest and like win the day or whatever. So it is cute. It's like a whatever thing, but a bunch of.
I mean, that is the sense of light
yeah,
novels, right?
like,
It's light novels are like often you don't always treat the characters on the screen like humans because you're trying to figure them out. You know, you're like it's a puzzle you have to solve to figure out. Oh, how do I get the girl to like me and increase, the how much she likes me, I guess, or whatever. So maybe there's a commentary.
Yeah, I
on
guess
that.
it's like the gamified element.
Yeah.
Yeah. But true. What was the next one?
There might be
The
something
demeaning
different
of the kiss, Jockey Bacon. We saw it again, and I was like, "Oh, what? What'd you say?
Oh no, it's good.
What was good? What happened?"
No. I actually can't remember. I had a car moment. What did I say? It doesn't matter.
He must
That's
have
what I
said
mean.
something really spicy. If he's pretending he doesn't remember what he said, my goodness. We'll have to go back to the tape. We'll figure out what you said, Bacon, and we
listen to
will
the
hold
tape.
you accountable. God damn it.
Cool.
But the demeaning of the kiss, they kept doing it, and it almost made me not even like the first time.
Oh, really? I didn't mind that
Stop
at all.
redoing it.
I see.
No, I didn't actually. It didn't actually make me not like the first time. But when do they do it here? Remind me of the context in which they kissed.
Okabe's. They just had that big discussion on what's happening, and then
yeah.
like she's accepted that
And
he's
he
going to
kissed
go,
her
and
and
he
whatever.
goes into the train station after his big speech.
Yeah, because another mirroring thing
Yeah.
where it's just like
And
when
then
Bruce, who went
by
on
the way,
train
yeah, and then she
station
wakes up the
leaves.
next day, and there's the text.
Oh yeah,
Did
the
you see what they
goodbye
said?
text, which is
Did
what
it
she
say?
texted him. Oh, it said like this addressed. No, that was a different one. So what did it say? I forget.
Anyway, she read it and she was like, she knew he was back at the place, so he didn't actually leave.
Yeah. That was a little confusing because we're expecting him to like zap out of existence, but he was getting on the train. What was happening there?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, that's what Curious
But
thought
he
as
didn't
well.
get on the train. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also she didn't get on the train, right? And then they have the same scene where she runs over and like Okabe time traveled in the original show, and this time he just disappears and he drops his Docto Pepper.
Doctor Pepper. Yeah.
That's a very racist voice you just did, Bacon. You're gonna rue that.
Cancel me later. I'm not famous enough.
Oh, you'll be famous one day, Bacon. I know it.
Yay. Okay,
Don't
so
worry, I'll be canceling you 3 times every day.
no.
I know where the what do you call that? I know where the skeletons are buried. The skeletons in your closet.
I know
I know where
which
the
yeah,
bodies are buried.
I know.
Sometimes you just mix up 2 great analogies.
What's the thing? It's like skeletons in your closet, but then there's also something under your rug. Like sweep it under the rug, but what's it?
Sweep it under the rug. Yes. Monster under the bed.
I
Also,
don't
the
think that's
closet
one,
has
but that
nothing to do with being a
count.
homosexual.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay. Anyway. So yeah. So basically, have this flip flop moment, which is kind of funny. It's like, I guess like Kirishi's whole thing at the end. There's like she's flip flopping back and forth whether or not she agrees with it. She kind of agrees with it.
Oh, and it's so. We know where this is going, you dumb fucking movie. And they're like reiterating a bunch of scenes, and it's like, oh, we're doing the scene again, but like Okabe's not here. And there's like repeated times where she's like, it comes to the thing, and Daru has to protect. Like Daru's the one that was actually found in the
Yeah.
lab, and she missed her. It's like, okay, the reiteration. Obviously, in the time travel stories, you like to do this reiteration to show like repetition or her being trapped in a loop, just like Okabe was, but also like how things are different and stuff. It was starting to get to me towards the end of this movie, especially when there's Like again, like you don't really buy the steaks or anything.
Yeah.
You buy pizzas instead. I'm on
Way.
fire today.
He's too good. What about some yakisoba?
On fire like a pizza in the oven. Okay, I'll stop.
So one thing I did think was kind of cringe, but then worked out. I guess the main thing we need to talk about is like her going back in time to 2005, right? And then initially when Okabe tries to save her and dies, and then she's like traumatized, which is just like the same thing that Okabe went through. I guess it's like, what happens if we made Kyoshi go through all the other stuff that Okabe did for her? Because we know that's what you care about, but we also want to shove the other characters in and give you fan service. So I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And do a bunch of mirroring.
But then the end scene when she like intuits the location that she had to go to, and she talks, and she's the one that it's revealed she's the one that gives him the idea of Hyoin Kyoma.
Yeah.
I you know what, I actually kind of like this scene. I overall I think it was an interesting resolution to this problem they created. And then I'm just like, what is the morality of her kissing him? Because then she goes to her younger form for a second.
It was, yes. It is interesting. Even if she didn't, like, what is the ethics of time traveling to kiss your husband when they're like
grooming?
younger?
Yeah, is that grooming?
Well, even outside of that, I guess. It's not really grooming, I don't know, because it's like a loop or whatever. Well, I guess it is because it's a loop. So, yeah, I guess it is grooming because we're like... But it's also like a fake dumb loop for this movie because it didn't happen. I hated this scene, Jockey Bacon. I think this is all terrible. I think, like...
And it's still a 7 out of 10 for you.
Oh, yeah. The first part of the movie was good. It was literally like the last 10 minutes where I think it... Like, I was like, oh, it's like an 8. And then I was like, I don't like the plot. And I don't like this ending. And I don't like... And then it just started spiraling. So maybe it will be a 6 by when I think about it a little bit more. But like, I don't like her giving him the idea. I think that's really stupid. I think it's way cooler that it's just something he came up with to like help Mayuri. And I don't like... Because basically it's like... And this is another problem where it's like this is, I think, the best example for this, like historically, even though I don't understand the specifics, is actually Final Fantasy VII, which we kind of brought up before, where people constantly complain that like the movie that came out 10 years later, and I guess this is like the thing with like the Han Solo movie or whatever, where we're like trying to re-explain things that happened and things that were cool because they like you think the actual characters did it, but it's actually like this guy who influenced this guy that said this thing that then gave this guy the thing to do this, and it's like, kill yourself. I hate all of it. Even though Solo, a Star Wars story, is like the second best Star Wars movie and it's great. And here it's like, it doesn't, like, it kind of takes away from the Hoen Kiyoma persona for me, and it also takes away from Okabe and Mayuri's relationship because now he needed a pep talk from this random girl to do it. Plus, you have like the imagery of him like hugging her, and that's like callback to at the beginning of the movie. And then here it's like another recontextualization that's bad. And I feel like, because this is another thing I was thinking about, because I usually really like recontextualization, but I feel like this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of this monologue, where it's like the fact that it's a movie that comes out a few years later that feels slightly off, that then tries to recontextualize things. Like, it doesn't feel smooth. It doesn't feel like this was always intended. It feels like this is like something, we have to have something clever in this movie that will like both add to the original subject, like, so that's something we're supposed to do when we create additional content, but also like calls back to it and references to it and shows that this movie actually does matter for the plot because of this thing. And the only interesting thing that's kind of cute about it is when Okabe references, like in the original show, he says like, oh, that wasn't my first kiss. And it's like, oh, is he actually telling the truth or is he just being a dick or whatever? But then it's like, oh, it actually was with Kurisu, but it was like 10 years ago or whatever. Is almost cute too. Especially because I didn't see that coming, that was the callback there. So that final line was okay. But everything we did to get there I didn't like at all.
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing about this is that it suggests that what binds Okabe to the present and all these world lines together is Hyo and Kyoma. I think that's an interesting
I didn't even
thought
think
to
about
go
that.
down. Which, yeah, I think that's an extra layer on top where it's like, oh, like the having this personality of the mad scientist is
That's
what
cute.
allows him to time travel and do all these things. Or there's something there, you know. I feel like Alexander probably had this in a video that I've not watched, or maybe I did, but I didn't understand because I didn't care about the character enough or whatever. You know, I feel like there's an Alexander point in there. But yeah, maybe if I had actually
I
thought
agree.
about,
That
could
is
be bothered to
cute.
think about this movie.
Yeah, because I was totally thinking, because they brought up, like, we need to give him something that he'll, like, ground him or something, and I was like, this is all stupid, I don't even care about this. And then my assumption was that, like, oh, Marcus say is, like, the thing, and the kiss is the thing. But, it makes much more sense, and it's much more interesting if it is the Hoenn Kiyoma thing, which she does give him the idea for. Which is cute, because it is obviously what, like, initially interested her about him, and also like what pisses her off the most. So that's like cute on a few different layers. So that's maybe okay, Jockey Bacon. Maybe you've talked me into loving this great movie.
Yes, it's the greatest movie ever.
See, I must have been tired. That's why I didn't get it. You know, I would have got it. My media literacy is through the roof, Jockey Bacon. I scored a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
What do you
before
think
then, it sounded like you were mad because you could, you know, maybe see the script. But now I've just made you see past it.
I think it's like the bastardizing my great original series.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. It does feel like ham-fisted, and it's like, yeah, why are you doing this? Like, I don't need this. If this whole movie's unnecessary, then it recontextualizes stuff like that I don't want it to, but
yeah, it's like you can't unsee it, so it's forever poisoned my memory, but not really. It's not that dramatic. I'm so curious. Like, I feel like this scene is in Steins Gate Zero, and it'll be very interesting if they like revisit it or do it slightly differently or whatever's gonna happen.
Huh.
But Steins Gate Zero is exciting, Jockey Bacon. We should do that series.
We should do it
one of these days. I wonder if it's bad. I feel like the first bit is gonna be really good. I feel like the Steins Gate Zero slice of life first 12 episodes equivalent is gonna be okay. The rest of it is what I'm scared of. Now you've seen the whole thing, right?
Yeah, and I can't remember much of it. I can remember one scene which I really like.
It's probably that one scene Elite Ari really likes. But he's an idiot and a loser, and he likes Steins Gate Zero even more than the original. Can you believe that?
That sounds like Elite Ari take, indeed.
That's true. What a loser! What a dummy idiot.
The thing is, the best thing about Ari is he doesn't feel like he's trying to be a contrarian when he does it.
He's always been a contrarian. Especially
you are a contrarian, that's for sure. But
because
Elite Ari exists, because Elite Ari, I was saying at the beginning of the video that I'm the Kurisu and you're the Okabe, because you're like way taller than me. But I don't know, you're pretty Kurisu as well.
I'm just a little tsundere, you know. But also, I have a crazy persona that I put on here.
Oh, I see. Yes, you do. And if you stop doing that persona, I would be very sad, and I would go back in time and kiss you.
It's what attracted me to you. But actually, you went back in time and you planted the idea of the persona.
Yeah, when you were hugging, and then you went to go hug Elite Ari because Elite Ari was
when I was a child, Jockey Bacon kissed me. He groomed me. It was not cool. And then he gave me Patreon money, and that was also grooming, I think.
Yeah.
I might have been a minor then too, Jockey Bacon, you fucking Mushoku Tensei fan.
But, oh yeah.
I definitely wasn't, you have to have a bank
I kissed you because after I read Mushoku Tensei, which makes me even more sense.
Oh, yes. Because it's from the future, you see. That'll do it to you, Jockey Bacon, that Mushoku Tensei nonsense. So when are we doing redundancy, Jockey Bacon?
When you go and hug Elite Ari in the past.
Oh, that's difficult.
All right, should we wrap this up then?
Perhaps. Do you have anything else to say? Anything else cutting that you must? that you must share with the class? This
The
movie was
music.
okay, I
Okay,
guess.
the music. I've
This
heard these
movie was
songs so many
okay,
times.
I guess.
Okay,
Wasn't funny enough.
Okamid, more like.
No. See, that's
Okay,
Okabe and mid, just like Ocarine is Okabe and Rintaro.
Yes.
That's smart writing right there.
Yeah.
So did you ever say your score? What's it on the updated Jockey Bacon
Oh,
scale?
I was looking at 7. I was like, that sounds good, but maybe I'm gonna lower it now after this conversation. I don't know.
So
I need
Berserk
to
is what,
add
a
all my
2?
things to my media list. Oh, that's what I should do after this. I've got
Oh,
such a
I already
stack.
did it. Jockey Bacon, you liked it. You
Yeah,
see, I'm
I
always
know.
on it. That's the only reason I consume media is to add it to my. Did you see my brand new platinum checklist, Jockey Bacon?
No.
Oh, I expect 5 likes from you on all of the platinum trophies that I have achieved. I'll read them out. Far Cry Primal, Horizon Zero Dawn, Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, Crash Bandicoot Warped. I got 5 platinum trophies, no biggie.
You played Horizon Zero Dawn. How was it?
It was pretty good back in 2017 when I played it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, a long time ago. Far Cry Primal, I think, was also that year. But, you know. It's funny because that first Crash Bandicoot one, I got that platinum trophy in 2017. And I got the second one about 3 months ago. So that's pretty epic. It was a long... Oh, this is another allegory can help me out with. Not allegory, metaphor. Whatever you call it. It was a long time between drinks. Is that the saying?
Huh?
It was a long time between drinks. That's like a sports saying, Jockey Bacon. You know what I'm saying.
No. Am I being stupid?
He does. No, that's a thing people say. A long time between drinks. Like if you won the tournament in your rookie year, but then didn't win it again until your retirement year. It was a long time between drinks. You see?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an Australian thing. I don't know. Okay, Jockey Bacon.
Maybe I just don't drink.
Are we done here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Just a perpetual loser, never gets to drink.
Yeah, I guess so. Am I missing anything here? No,
Well,
I closed the tab with Hassan on it. Okay, GG's.
Okay. So that's what he was doing. Since you hit him with the intro, Jockey Bacon, you got to hit him with the line. What am I gonna do?
Okay. Support links in the description below. Thanks.